The big story that we are tracking right now, External Affairs Minister Dr. Jaishankar's three-day trip to Italy for G7 foreign ministers meeting. Jaishankar, in fact, also spoke about the IMEC as well as the West Asia crisis and said that India supports the ceasefire or any ceasefire possibility in West Asia, and also went on to reiterate India's stance regarding the issue, which is that New Delhi supports a two-state solution to the Israel-Palestine issue. Dr. Jaishankar said that IMEC is a game changer for global connectivity and said that India is in constant touch with Iran, Israel, and has urged restraint in ensuring that the conflict doesn't continue to spiral out. Let's first listen in to what Dr. Jaishankar had to say. We come back and talk more on this.
Prime Minister Narendra Modi has personally engaged leaders of both Russia and Ukraine to this end. This has included his visiting Moscow and Kiev. Our senior officials remain in continuous touch. We firmly believe that those who have the ability to explore finding common ground must step up to that responsibility. The IMEC, the India, Middle East, Europe Economic Corridor, that was announced in September 2020, can be a game changer. The conflict underway currently in the Middle East has undoubtedly been a major complication, but it is proceeding, the IMEC is proceeding ahead on the eastern side, especially between India and the UAE and Saudi Arabia. Our concerns have also been increasing on the widening of the conflict. We have been in regular touch with both Israel and Iran at the highest levels to advocate restraint and enhance communication.
Okay, Foreign Minister also, in fact, spoke to his British counterpart in terms of building on the India-UK relationship. Let's get in Mohammed Ghazali, my colleague, to fill us in with the very specifics in terms of what all Dr. Jaishankar said on this trip. Fill us in, Ghazali.
Yeah, Gauri, so this visit is very important. One, that Dr. Jaishankar is visiting Italy shortly after Indian Prime Minister Mr. Modi spoke to and met Italian Prime Minister during the G20 summit in Brazil. So the first meeting which happened between his counterpart with Italian counterpart focused on that, building up on that relationship. So during the first leg of his visit, in the yesterday and day before yesterday, Dr. Jaishankar spoke about the relevance and how to sort of cement more ties, more improvise the ties between India and Italy. But today, he also spoke about the two burning issues in the world. One regarding the Ukraine-Russia war and how India has been promoting that any solution can't be found on the battlefield, and diplomacy and dialogue is the only way out for both parties to come to one table and find out a solution. The second important part, which is also related to connectivity issue, is about the IMEC corridor, the India, Middle East, European corridor, which was sort of conceptualized during the G20 last year when India was the host, and many Western nations were signatory of that, Italy being one of it. And Dr. Jaishankar spoke about the progress of IMEC corridor, but also stressed on the fact that how West Asia is also on a boil right now, and every day, though the reports are emerging that Lebanon and Israel will be working on a ceasefire, but the war is also expanding with many new players getting into this conflict. And yet again, Dr. Jaishankar spoke about that how India's stand is very clear when it comes to the Israel-Palestine issue. There should be a two-state solution. India has also been sending aid to Palestine, and that issue must be resolved in order to progress with the IMEC corridor. So that are the two developing issues. Besides that, Dr. Jaishankar also spoke about that how India has always been the voice of global South, and that is why India is offering itself as a player to play the role of a peacemaker, even in both the conflicts, though India is far away geographically when it comes to these two conflicts. But certainly, Ukraine-Russia war, as well as conflict in Middle East, is also impacting, you can say, the maritime security for India and its global players.